people that they don't want to even engage in objective truth? So that's a question that we have to ask. What do we do? Seriously, guys, what do we do? Even in Bill Maher shows yesterday, he was just basically playing from both sides of his mouth.
Continue canceling appearances. What happens to speech if everyone's
some
too
of the
scared
Democrats,
to say the wrong
politicians
thing?
that were doing
End
the
up
same.
like Charlie Kirk.
Couple that with AI, and you can't even tell who's real and who's not online anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not even like you can turn to the internet because half of it's fake.
Yep.
We are descending into a nightmare, a technocratic, communistic nightmare.
That's
and we're
scary.
not far away. And for once, I do not have all the answers. I don't know. And you know, it's interesting. It's very interesting because the human psyche is very prepared to give up its freedom for safety.
Yeah.
COVID was a perfect example of that.
It didn't work.
You're in the Middle East right now. I'm a huge fan of the Middle East. It's amazing how instantly when you have a family and children, you're prepared to give up your ability to speak freely if they guarantee you safety. And there are some countries that do that. There are countries which will guarantee you physical safety if you don't say the wrong thing. And they're going to become more and more attractive to Westerners who realize that saying the things that need to be said to save the country, the people you're saving don't even respect it. The people you're trying to save want you dead.
It's crazy, right?
Do you understand that when I make policies for Bruv, talking about how to save the United Kingdom, British people tell me I deserve to die for saying that I want to improve their economy. Elon tried to save the world and they want him dead. Imagine how Elon feels. Imagine being Elon and risking your entire fortune and all your life to buy Twitter, to allow people to speak freely, and then they just insult him all day. Do you have any idea how much faith he's lost in humanity? Do you blame him?
Yeah.
Some people are just so soulless.
He went so black pill. It's crazy.
Some people are so hopelessly dependent on the system, they will fight to defend it. They are agents of the matrix. And you know, I want to talk from a personal perspective here. What Elon did was so amazing when he opened up X, because he's a very rich man who didn't have to do it. I'm nowhere near as rich as Elon. But I tell you, for a council estate kickboxer from the poorest town in England, I've done all right. I have hundreds of millions. And then I tried my very best to wake people up and tell people the truth.
If they don't want to wake up,
and tell everyone at home how this world really works and how they have to resist enslavement. And sometimes you see the amount of backlash you get and the amount of hate you get from the people you're trying to help. And you understand why the elites just take their money and run. You understand why they just take their money, go to somewhere quiet and private, and leave the serfs in their slavery to just suffer. Because the serfs rejoice when bad things happen to you. Because they're too afraid to get into the arena. A coward will always laugh at a gladiator who loses, because the coward feels an innate shame for his lack of bravery. He hates himself because he doesn't have the bravery to do the right thing. So when he sees a brave man fall, he loves to laugh.
Yeah.
Charlie was trying to help the exact same people who are laughing at his death.
That's a powerful statement.
Do you have any idea how much damage
this
does to people's faith in humanity? Do the youth of America even deserve to be saved? Or do they deserve the Democrats? Do they deserve communism? Do they deserve crime? At this point, do they deserve what they're begging for? How many of us should die trying to save these people? Elon lost so much trying to save them. Who says thank you? I've tweeted thank you at Elon randomly 15 or 20 times, and everyone makes fun of me for it. Oh, you're glazing Elon. Thank you for giving us Twitter back, sir. Thank you. I don't have to agree with everything you do. I don't have to agree with everything you say. I don't have to like you. I don't have to know you. Thank you for giving me Twitter. Is that really an alien concept? Basic fucking respect? Is that the place we are on the planet now? The world is broken. Society at its fundamental level has broken down. At no point in history, I would argue, despite all the massive, crazy, horrible wars we had, did people disagree over something as fundamental as family. People would agree that a man should meet a woman and have a family. Surely the Germans and the British and the Americans and the Soviets and the Chinese and the Japanese all agreed on that. We don't even agree on that anymore. What's uniting America? Because I don't want to talk for too long, and I can talk about this for days. But the whole purpose And the whole merit behind multiculturalism is that everybody behaves and obeys the law and they can get rich and have a better life. But that's no longer the case. So it's descending into chaos. The reason the Middle East functions, the reason everyone behaves in Dubai is because they get rich there. But America can no longer provide the American dream. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that. But now new battle lines are going to be drawn. And these battle lines, whether they're race, left, right, Republican, Democrat, tall, short, it doesn't matter. People are going to start dying. And I'm asking, how do we unify the population behind something?
I don't know
what do we have that unifies? We don't even have the flag. There's Americans who hate the flag. The British hate their own flag. They hate their own version of history. We don't speak the same language. We don't have the same religion. We don't even believe a man can't have children. What do we agree on?
That's the point right there, guys. And I think this is where a lot of folks are getting confused. This is where we are. What do we agree on? Do we have the same concept of objective reality? This is where we are. Nazi? Really? I'm a Nazi?
I'm sure I can find someone to disagree with me on that who believes I deserve a bullet in the neck.
You're getting blocked.
What do you think about Trump's policy when it comes to crime and sending the troops on the streets? Do you think that he'll double down on that policy? Do you think it's the right thing to do?
Do I think there should be law and order in the cities of the richest country in the world?
With National Guard?
Do I think there should be law and order in the cities of the richest country in the world? I think it's a miracle that America has stayed as prosperous as it is when it's basically a permanent, never-ending war zone.
Yeah, you guys can support the channel through the super chat. That'll be great.
When I first got free from my Matrix attack and I flew to America, I expected a hero's welcome. Instead, the DA and Ron DeSantis attacked me. And part of me, I wasn't scared of them because they're liars and they're cowards. But I was heartbroken because I'm an American who faced unfair treatment at the hands of a foreign government. And when I return home, I'm once again attacked by the political class. And why asking some people why this happened, they said, oh, it's because Trump didn't endorse Ron DeSantis's wife and he endorsed Byron Donalds and there's some internal division and you flew to Florida. There's a political civil war constantly and endlessly in America. America feels like a war zone. I didn't realize it until I'd been away for so long. When I went home, I'm just a man who landed in Miami, and now there's political division and media attacking me and people threatening to kill me, and I need security teams. It is a war zone. What unites anybody? Doesn't Ron DeSantis understand innocent until proven guilty? At least. Have we lost that now? Has he ever apologized to me? Remember that back in February? Nothing's happened. Yeah. Have you heard an apology? I haven't. But people are trying to try and kill me because of it.
Ain't gonna
happen. No apology from him. If he was half a man, he'd apologize to me right now. Never going to come. It's a constant state of civil war. We have nothing left. What do I even preach in my messaging? Go to the gym, get strong, get rich, be successful, stick up for yourself. Even that is considered somehow bad by a large swath of the population.
It is legit. This is
well, then
live.
What can I teach? If I can't say be healthy and don't die, what can I say? If I can't say go be successful and take care of your family, what can I say? Am I supposed to do what most rich people do? Take my hundreds of millions, delete my Twitter account and vanish and leave all of these peons and peasants to suffer? Because that's what rich people do, because the mob is ungrateful. Every single person who watches this needs to tweet a thank you to Elon Musk. Every single person. Oh, but I disagree with him on whatever. He's the most powerful person in the world. You're a nobody. Say thank you. The world has lost everything. It's lost its gratefulness. It's lost its decorum. We've lost our respect. We've lost any kind of unifying binding factor. The Western world has collapsed in real time. We are in a war. And it's not just a domestic problem. I want you to understand something, Mario. It's not just a domestic problem. Our enemies don't have this problem.
Mm-hmm. Who's our enemies? Who are you referring to? Can we put them in a bucket, or is it more of a mental?
Well, instead of enemy, let me say competitors, because the world is endless competition. Russia doesn't have this problem.
Yep.
China doesn't have this problem.
There we go.
India doesn't have this problem.
Would you want to live in China, though?
I'm not saying I do. What I'm saying is, in the global competition, which is forever ongoing, We have a population at permanent civil war trying to compete against a unified population which outnumbers us 4-1. Where is the ending to this? And
It's like it never ends, right? When it comes down to our political situation, it's like this doesn't end.
All these liberals who want to complain and cry about authoritarianism under the Republicans are going to really hate the world when America falls. If we don't unify, if we don't get behind some idea and stick up for ourselves, the domestic problems are the least of our worries.
Mm-hmm.
We have international
Sorry for that, my
issues,
kids are just crying in the background,
which are encroaching on us in real time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Western world is going to implode. There are external forces. There are internal forces. This is the end of empire.
Is that a flaw in democracy, a flaw in the concept of freedom?
Good question. Good
One
question.
that, we cannot pinpoint the solution to it, but we're witnessing that unfold. As you said, Dubai doesn't have the freedom that the US has, but it is safer. It is a place I can walk around and not worry about having security. In the US, I'm sure you'd think twice now after what happened today, or what happened yesterday.
True.
In Romania,
well, all systems are broken. Democracy is a good system, but it becomes corrupted. And obviously, dictatorships are not a perfect system either. All systems eventually collapse underneath the weight of their own ineptitude because all systems are inept. And it is a circle in which democracy falls to a kingdom of some sort where we find a savior. And eventually, when the king dies and he's replaced by someone inept, we then call to choose our own king and democracy returns. I'm not saying I have the solution to this because all empires have fallen the same way. What I'm saying is, and what I'm doing is lamenting the end of democracy as we know it because it is happening in front of our eyes. You may sit and say it's not happening, but it is. I'm not saying I know what the exact solution is, but I'm saying that it's very sad that it's happening, even if it's unavoidable. And perhaps if I were to think about this rationally, considering that all democracy falls in the end, we should at least try our very best to retain our morality, retain our humanity. So if it damages democracy to lock up all these clowns who were laughing at Charlie Kirk, well, democracy's over anyway. So we need to at least reinstill our morality and humanity by teaching people that you don't laugh about the deaths of a father in front of his kids. I would at least do the moral thing. And the moral thing is to let these people know that this is not acceptable. That is not a human way to act, irregardless of politics. That is inhuman.
So where would you live? Romania, you're arrested. You had someone try to kill you a week ago. The UK, you had a comedian arrested a few days ago for a joke he made. Other people arrested for things they tweet. In the US, Charlie Kirk killed, people celebrating his death. We're talking about Europe. We're talking about the US. I come from Australia. At least there's no bad news there, but censorship is starting to get traction.
There's a lot of bad news in Australia. And that's what's so scary.
Yeah.
Well, that's so scary. Where do we go, right?
Where do we go?
When Rome was falling, I'm sure the Romans who believed Rome would never fall because it's Rome. We've been in charge for thousands of years. We have marble, these big, beautiful marble constructions and gold-plated towers. How can we possibly fall? I'm sure once they understood the decimation was coming and that Rome was going to fall, they asked themselves the same question: where do I go? Where is there to go? And there's never an answer.
Where are you going to live after? Where are you going to live?
I don't know the answer to the question. My intention is to return to America. That's my intention. But I'm going to catch a bullet sooner or later.
Yeah, that's it.
But what else can I do? Where else can I go?
Look at this, the idiot. Charlie lost the gun debate. Man, you're getting blocked too, bro. I don't give a damn. I have no patience for stupid people like you. No patience for stupid people making stupid comments.
I'm not Chinese.
Yeah, anybody that makes stupid comments, you're getting blocked.
I can go to China and hide, but that's not who I am.
I've got a lot of critique on China as well. If you speak out too much.
There's critique on everywhere, but I'm not Chinese. I'm American. So I'm talking about the American system. I'm talking about the complete lack of souls in the majority of the American youth in the world today.
What did you and Tristan talk? What was your first reaction when you saw the assassination?
Well, I saw that he had been shot. And I said to Tristan, Charlie Kirk was shot. And he said, no way.
Damn.
And then I saw that he was stable.
I reacted the same way.
And then I saw the video. And I said, there's no way you can make that. You can't make it. As soon as I saw the video, I knew. At that range, you'd be better to take a bullet in the head because the bullet would have slowed down enough. Maybe your skull could have saved you. Neck is too soft. He bled out. He was over. I knew it instantly. And my heart broke. I don't know what else to say. It's easy for me to get angry and scream at these liberals, but there's no point screaming at a soulless. It's like screaming at a tree, these people. They have no soul. They're not sentient. There's no point screaming at them. My heart is broken for Charlie, for his family, for the Western world as we know it, for the country my father served under, for the country I was born in. My heart is broken. I don't know what else to say to you. The world as we know it is over. And the people who are cheering for his death want you dead too. And they want me dead. And unfortunately, if you study enough history, these people are psychopathic enough to get what they want. Because it's not about good and evil. It's about motivation. It's about who is prepared to do the most heinous transgressions to win. If you're playing a game, cheaters win. And they're going to cheat. They're going to cheat the election. They're going to cheat the judicial system. Yeah. They're going to keep cheating until we're all gone.
And this is basically what happened in 2020. I'm sorry. This is what happened in 2020. And I'm not going to get too much into details. If you do the math in 2020, even you go through a lot of different countries with the similar election, there's always a percentage that's just there. Right? And what happened was, when you see the 2020, even though the virus just going crazy, all of a sudden we had the most participating election. If you're honest with yourself, you cannot tell me that we have the most votes during that time. No way. If you're telling me that's possible, you don't know anything about politics, right? And you should just be quiet when it comes down to politics. It's impossible. What our numbers during 2020 is mathematically impossible. But somehow, even last election is way too much, too high, too high. Some county they have 115% participation rate. How? How do you have more participations when you already have a numbers of voters registered in your system? That's insane. County, you have county. Milwaukee's a good example. Detroit, Wayne County, all they have the same problem that they have 2020. But they this time around they went overboard. A couple of people just got arrested in Milwaukee, by the way.
Last spoke.
I'm not going to get too much into that.
Spoken in a while. You've had the Romanian elections cancelled. Obviously, we're seeing free speech get attacked across Europe. We've got just yesterday Russian drones in Poland. Qatar just got struck a couple of days ago. I was actually doing an interview on that. And I remember the shock. You know, when I heard about that strike, I'm like, fuck, I haven't felt that shock in months. And then Charlie Kirk gets killed 2-3 days later. What is your position on the state of the world now? It's like boiling a frog. It's like it keeps getting worse, but it does so gradually. It's like, drones, Russian drones in Poland, that's fine. No one died, nothing happened.
Exactly.
Qatar got struck, sovereign country and allied to the US by Israel. That's fine. You know, it was Hamas. Are you worried about the way the world is heading in that direction in a very, very gradual pace?
I don't think it's gradual. I think it's actually accelerating.
I know.
I think it's happening very quickly because America's lost its power and hegemony. Because America's at so much in a state of constant civil war, they no longer have the ability to correctly police the world.
Yep.
And now there's going to be a power vacuum. As America loses power, there will be a vacuum of power. And that vacuum of power, as everyone attempts to fill it, will lead to more and more violence. We've seen this in every country. When Saddam fell, more violence comes. So the whole world is losing America's protection. And there's going to be a period of prolonged violence. And my primary objective now is to stay alive so that my double-digit children can eat and stay alive along with me. That's my primary objective now. I mean, I can give a whole bunch of political commentations on everything you've just said. I can talk about all of them. But truthfully, we're in a very scary period of history. And the period is so scary. As an adult man now, you need to be sitting and thinking and analyzing, okay, what do I do about this? It's not just about saving the world sometimes, Mario. It's about saving yourself from the world. Where can I go? How do I make money? Who can I bring with me? Are my children going to be okay there? What happens if there's a war? People need to be looking at a map and thinking outside the box instead of just arguing about identity politics, because these rabid psychopaths want us dead. And as America collapses into these civil disputes, these domestic disputes, make no mistake that our international competitors are enjoying this. Let's be honest.
100%.
Let's play game theory. Let's play chess. Is Charlie Kirk's assassination good for China?
Oh, yeah.
Bringing divisiveness in the U.S.
America stable and united or not?
They're enjoying
One
it.
could argue no.
Well,
There's
one
a
could
fair
argue.
argument to be made. No,
I don't have any problem with the Chinese, but this is just the way the world is. So we're looking
all America's rivals, all rivals to democracy, have just been celebrating for the past year.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
And the people who want